Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Monday morning. Hope you're well. Hope you're looking after yourself and you've had a good weekend and you're ready for another week, really. It's a little bit miserable outside, so if you're outside today, try and stay as dry as you can. This is the Spurs Villa review, really, of the weekend's fixture yesterday at 2 o'clock. We'll talk a little bit about sort of my thoughts and feelings. I think also it's good to put things into context. I think it's a big thing right now with a lot of Spurs fans because they're trying to make it out like the season's failing or the season's over. So I want to put some context into that and just kind of bring everyone back down to earth and realise it's not all doom and gloom. So let's talk a little bit about the game first anyway. So Spurs, I'd say for the about 45 minutes of the first half, obviously, because we had about, I think, 6 minutes added on. For 45 minutes of the first half, absolute mustard. We were unreal. We were playing lovely football. We were dominating the play. We probably should have scored about 7 or 8 goals. It was ridiculous how many we should have scored. And we obviously get the breakthrough through Giovanni Lo Celso, which him starting did justify a lot of the reasoning why I am still a Giovanni Lo Celso supporter. He's still a very good player. Yeah, and he played very well. Excuse me, he played very well against Villa, and it showed. So obviously he scored from the clearance of a corner kick, and then kind of dominated the game a bit more. Probably had scored at least 1 or 2 more in the first half, and then Villa get a free kick, and basically the lack of height through a centre back pairing of Ben Davies and Emerson Royal reared its ugly head. Obviously. It was a lovely ball in from Douglas Luiz, and Pau Torres was it's a lovely finish. That's not taking away anything from that. But what I would say is, when you having to defend corners against 3 centre halves and Ollie Watkins, and you don't have any centre halves, the tallest guy you had gone off injured from a nasty tackle, you're kind of gonna be under it a little bit. So they could have scored probably a few from set pieces, and it shows. Not having reliable centre-back or centre-backs, plural, behind the ones that we already have, I think it's kind of showing right now. I think, moving on from Sanchez right after the window finished, how we couldn't even replace him, it does show that was always a risky thing to do. Now, yes, we got money from Sanchez, I get that. But Sanchez right now would be the main centre-half right now behind Romero and Van der Ven. And one thing I do, maybe I don't agree with Ange on just yet, is how it all came out that Ange, really rates Ashley Phillips. That's why we let Sanchez go. Well, Ashley Phillips hasn't played any football, so you can't rate him that much, surely. We could have held on to Sanchez till January and moved him on, because he would have been playing pretty big minutes right now. And actually, let's be honest, a lot of you slagged and dragged Sanchez, and I even said at times, look, it's not great, it might be time to move on. I'm now sitting there going, actually, Sanchez right now would be really solid, because from defending set pieces and high ball, Sanchez is good. He is very good. Can play a high line, quick enough to play a high line. Even against Chelsea, Dyer came on, wasn't really able to do the high line. Sanchez would have done, and it's like, we cut our nose off to spite our face a little bit on that one. Then going into the second half, Spurs had some good moments here and there, but I don't think the second half we played all that well. I think we used so much of our energy with such a high press. This was I'm not doing a high line, to a high press. We were pressing to every corner of this pitch, which is lovely, and I loved it. But when you when you look at the bench situation, and it's just not great, As much as I love seeing Veliz on the bench, I love seeing Donnelly, I'd love seeing Dorrington on the bench, but like 1 or 2 maybe. Not having like 3 or 4 youngsters on the bench where you're like, oh, we've got nothing on the bench right now. We're bringing Skip on. Veliz came on with about 10 minutes to go. It's like we didn't have anything to bring on. We really didn't. And, yes, that's one thing I do want to talk about is the injury situation, but I'm going to come back to that in a minute. And that's one thing I think everyone needs to kind of put the brakes on and realise. Spurs, all things is when you look at the stats, yeah, maybe dominated the stats. 62% possession, 18 shots, but it was the amount of times we didn't finish normal strikes. We didn't really keep onside half the game. That was the weird thing. Son scored a hat-trick of offside goals. Yeah, some really good finishes in those offside goals as well, mind you. But it does show, you can create as many chances as you want, but if you're not going to take them, the other team doesn't need to create all that much, I think Villa created some good chances, but I wouldn't say they create such a volume that we were like, yeah, that they went toe-to-toe on the chances front. So I think all things considered, it was a good performance in the first half. Second half was a bit of a tough one to watch, and I think that was due to a little bit of fatigue coming into the team. In terms of some performers that I thought did really well, I thought Lo Celso, I thought was fantastic. Did he give the ball away? Not really. Did he score a goal? Yes. Did he link up the play really nicely? Yes. I thought it was fantastic. I thought Kulusevski was really good, running at defenders. He played a lot of central as well, which I thought it shows that he can play there. I think a lot of people Spurs fans love this. We kind of go, here's a player, there's their position. How would we play him over here? It's like, no, play him in their position. It's nice if they can play there, but let's play them in their position first, So with Kulusevski, yes, he can play a little bit central, but I'm still way more focused to him out on the wing. I thought Brennan Johnson struggled a little bit on the other wing, though. I thought delivery-wise, really, really struggled. And had it been another day, he probably winds off... had it been another day, he probably winds up with 2 or 3 more goals. Son struggled, all things considered, a lot of offside goals. I think, come on, Son, you're better than that on a few of these, come on. The midfield, yeah, like I said, Lo Celso was really, really solid. I thought Bentancur, before he went off, just controlled the game. I'm coming back to it. Don't worry. But he controlled the game. I thought he was brilliant. Excuse me. In defence, look, the fullbacks are great. Centre halves, yeah, it's just not. It's not their position, so I'm not going to crucify them for that. But at the same time, it wasn't good. Even, the Watkins goal, just poor defending. It's just poor. If you're a fullback, it doesn't matter. The ball's there in front of you. The guy's there in front of you. He just let Walton run through. He just waltzed and went, Emerson, Ben, I'm just going to come through here. Don't mind me. You just let him walk through. It was just, yeah, it's bad defending. And yeah, I would let me come to the Bentancur situation. Actually, I was going to talk about injuries, but I'll come to the Bentancur situation first. Look, it's a nasty tackle. It really is. It's not a good tackle. He's nowhere near the ball. I'm probably closer to the ball here than I am. He was. I think a lot of Spurs fans kind of going, wait till we go to Villa Park and Romero's playing. He's not going to want to play. It's like we're now wishing one of our players to attack basically one of their players. It's not it. It's just not it. Yes, it was a nasty tackle. Yes, we probably should have ran at him a bit more to try and see if we can get that red card out of him. But to wish injury on another person, I saw a lot of times it was like, oh, I hope he breaks a leg and things like that. I was like, that's horrible. That's just if you are thinking like that from a game of football, don't watch football ever again, because clearly you can't handle your emotions. We shouldn't be thinking like that. Now, there's no reason why we go, I hope he gets a red card and let's run at him. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just tactical. But hoping someone hurts himself, that's not it. That's not it. So be better. Be better. And let's talk these injuries right now, because I think this is something that I think a lot of Spurs, we lost now 3 in a row, and Spurs fans are going, oh, that's the season over. We're finishing 8th. It's like, okay, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. You have got your main 2 centre-halves out injured. Your left-back's been injured a little bit this season as well. Our midfield 3, Bissouma's out suspended. Sarr's injured with a hamstring injury. Maddison's out injured till the new year. So already, off the bat, I've named 6 people that are quite key this season that we've had injuries with. Obviously, Romero, he's not out injured, sorry. Romero's out suspended. Apologies. I mean, Udogie was out suspended last time out. When you think of the attackers, we're missing out there. We're missing Richarlison and Solomon, and there's probably more players that I'm missing through this team, and I know there is. But if you're missing Van de Ven, Romero, you miss Adogi, you miss Bissouma, Pematasar, Maddison, Perisic. That's a big. Perisic would have changed the game yesterday. He would have been brilliant in that game. Richie, Manos Solomon. Look, I could go on. You're missing 10 to 12 players, right? Ashley Phillips, there you go, is another one. That's literally 10 off the bat. If you're missing 10 players, no matter what team you are, and you're playing against teams that, let's be honest, are fit. Villa are fit. Chelsea were fit. Wolves were fit. If you're going away to Wolves, you go to Chelsea, you go down to 9 men, and you're against Villa at home where you're missing 10 players, and then you've got City next, who, be fair to City, they actually have some injury issues. But, you know, they still have, obviously, two per position. They obviously have a brilliant squad. Then, yeah, you're probably going to lose some games. I can't lie. Did you think we were going to win all these games? And then people go, and should have sat back with 9 men. It's like we're trying to build long-term instead of worrying about 1 point against Chelsea. Just don't worry. Breathe. It'll all be okay. By January, where we can get some new signings, it'll also be the fact that Maddison's back. You'll have Richie back. You'll have Solomon back. Van de Ven, maybe into January, should be back. Romero will be back. Adogi should be healthy and fit. Bissouma will be back off suspension. Sarr should be fit. It's okay. Breathe. It'll all be all right. I promise. All right? Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section below about your thoughts and opinions around the game. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.